Hello, 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 y'all. Okay, so yeah, when it's 4 o'clock. Yeah, so I have been really mostly at my computer today, working, getting to love this life that God is setting out for me. Okay, so I've already taken one energy. I'm gonna tell y'all, because I was crashing like the Titanic. I stayed up. Yeah, I did. I stayed up. We had a meeting, and I stayed up afterwards, and we were just talking. And it's beautiful when you are with a beautiful group of people. I think I said that yesterday. We had another good night. So look, I have to take my I haven't taken my news version. I normally take that before I do anything, but I didn't today. So I'm gonna do it now, and then we're gonna read from. Y'all know what I forgot to do now? Yeah, I'm gonna post it on the story, or I'm gonna just do it tomorrow. So we have. I'm gonna give y'all some affirmations to say. Yeah, so I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I'm gonna give y'all some affirmations to say for the day. Okay. And of course I forgot my thing. My spoon. Okay. I gotta order some more. I know it's that close to out. So how are y'all doing this fine Thursday? Lord, I can't keep up with my days. Oh yes, that's smart. Look at it. Oh Lord, y'all. I'm glad I didn't have nothing right there that I just needed. Let me see. I got some scribbles. Some scribbles. Oh, yeah, I do. I need one of these. I can put that on something else. Failure is better than regret. Catch that. Failure is better than regret. I heard that in something I was listening to today. I get stuff and I listen to stuff. Hey, sissy. I get stuff and I listen to stuff so much I have to remember, but I've listened to it over and over again. So some of the stuff is new, so eventually it'll stick in my head when I'm listening. I mean, who it was from. I have to remember. The new book. Alright, so I forgot. All right. My poor little book over here. Okay, so the book is No Matter What. It's the pieces. I have had this book forever. I stumbled across this woman. I stumbled across her when I was going through which I have my spurts when I had my spurts. Okay. And I used to have to write this. I think this is when, matter of fact, I know it is. This is when I was catching the bus downtown. I think something happened with the car I had, or was happening with it. Something was going on, or because as I worked on waste management. That was one of the corporate jobs I took. It was just easier. Sorry, excuse me. It was easier for me to either catch what we call the parking ride, because it was downtown, and downtown traffic is crazy. It's crazy. So it's like 2 hours there, 2 hours back, and it's just, and then you got your 8 hour, 9 hour, 10 hour workday, whatever it is. So the majority of the time you're transporting to and from work and being at work. That's not a life. Okay. I was missing my kids. It was just crazy. So anyways, I drifted off from that. I would listen to motivational stuff, and I came across, YouTube was my go-to. I came across Lisa Nichols. I heard her story, and I was like, I was taken aback. I was blown away. And like her, listening to her brought me through some times or moments that I was having. So if you're somebody that wants to hear something good, she is yet another good speaker, Lisa Nichols. And she will have you ready to jump and fire it up and just ready to go. Okay. Okay, so you know my spiel. I will open the book up and I look at what we land on, and then that's what I do. So this says the outer reflects the inner. So this is what we're gonna read. As I developed my faith in myself muscle, things began shifting on the outside as well as on the inside. As I began to feel better about myself, new opportunities began to come my way. In the summer of 1984, the Olympic Games were held in Los Angeles. That spring, it was announced that out of the more than 2,500 young female runners in Los Angeles County, 50 female teen track athletes would be invited to work directly with the Olympic runners during the games. For the entire summer, these girls would rub elbows with the top track stars, serve as assistants, and provide support to athletes from all over the world. Athletes who will become bronze, silver, and gold medalists, and even new world record holders. Hundreds of girls, much faster than me and with far better grades, applied to serve on this elite team. So I was grateful even to be nominated by coaches for my efforts. When I came home one day from school to find a letter from the Olympic Committee inviting me to serve, I was ecstatic. I floated around my house imagining myself hobnobbing with Florence Griffith Joyner, that's FloJo, y'all don't know, Carl Lewis, and Mary Decker. I don't know who Mary Decker is, but I know the other two. Those are two of my favorite track people. Okay, I could hardly eat or sleep or concentrate on anything else for weeks. My excitement about the Olympics almost numbed the disappointment that I felt when, by June, I hadn't received an acceptance letter from any of the colleges I had applied to. All through my dark days and months, I put off applying because I hadn't thought I'd even be alive to attend. Once I realized that I did have a future, I had to play catch up and submit some applications. Though I was afraid I was too late for the next school year, I kept the conversation in my head as positive as I could and tried not to think too far beyond the summer. One evening, just 3 days before the Olympics were to begin, my father called me into the kitchen. With a very stern look, he said, "Lisa, what do you plan to do after the Olympics are over?" His question was like a bucket of ice cold water being poured on me. Forced to face the reality beyond the summer, I answered rather shortly, "I don't know, Dad. I guess I'll just have to get a job since I didn't get into any of the schools I wanted to go to." "Well," he said, "you might not want to start filling out any job applications too soon." When I gave him a confused look, he smiled broadly. "Lisa, after you go to the Olympics, you're going to college." Then he handed me a letter that stated that I had been accepted and was receiving financial grants to go to a 4-year university. I screamed and jumped up and down. My father gave me a huge hug, and we danced around the kitchen together, singing joyfully, "Go, Lisa, go, Lisa." Later, when I had time to reflect on all the good things that had been happening to me, I realized that by building my faith in myself muscle, I had also built other people's faith in me. For the first time, I saw that mostly the world sees you the way you see yourself. You hold the key to your own success or failure. Everywhere you go, people are just holding up a mirror to you. If someone doesn't seem to believe in you, you may not be believing in yourself enough at that moment. If people are disrespecting and not honoring you, perhaps it's because you're not really expecting to be respected or honored by anyone. Though you may want to be treated with dignity, the way you treat yourself and the way you allow others to treat you may not demonstrate this desire. Remember, it's up to you to show the world how to treat you. This was a thrilling discovery for me because it gave me tremendous power. I realized I could create my experience in my life by managing my own thoughts and beliefs about myself. Now, that's not always an easy thing to do, but I knew it was possible. This was another key breakthrough toward creating the life I wanted. Okay, so tomorrow I'm going to read Standing in Greatness. So I'm going to put a thingy over here for that. I think I had put this over here so I can begin with the end in mind. Did I put this over here, I need to keep that. I don't know if I put that to hold the space. But tomorrow, I'm going to read this. Standing in Your Greatness. So that's what the message for tomorrow will be, standing in your greatness. Today was the outer reflects the inner. The outer reflects the inner. So this is crazy because, this is what I've been talking about anyway. The mind, the mind, the mind, the mind, the mind. Let me tell you, when you are going for something or you're training for... Okay, sorry about that. I don't even know how much I heard. So I was just saying that when you're going for something or you're after something, I got to remember to put my do not disturb on when I'm doing these. When you're going after something or whatever it is, you for success, whatever it is, the mind, it plays a big factor in how far you are going to go. When I tell you that this industry that I am in now, I love it. It makes people uncomfortable, yes. But it is actually a blessing in disguise because it absolutely pushes you to dig deeper. A lot of us live on the surface level and we walk around each day with this hurt, with this pain and disturbed and all kinds of stuff and wondering why we feel the way that we feel. A lot of us live on the surface level. We're in our robotic state. You get up in the morning, you brush your teeth. I hope you brush your teeth. Brush your teeth. You take your bath if you haven't taken your bath or shower or however. You throw your clothes on. You clock in. You get up, get ready for work, or you get to school, get your kids ready for school. You go to work. You work. You overwork. You come back home. You pick your kids up or whatever before you on your way home, and then you cook, you clean, your whatever. You might go in your garage or your man house or your what is the female, what they got, she sheds or whatever. You might do that, and then guess what? Repeat, go to sleep, wake up in the morning, do it all over again. And we do this without even thinking. You sit at work, browsing through your computer. You might be looking up trips, where you want to go. You're sitting on your lunch break. Or if you work at the desk, then you might be browsing then and then doing your work or whatever you might be doing. It's easy to get stuck in a routine, just being on autopilot and not living. This is not how we were supposed to be, okay? We all have a purpose on this earth. We all have something to do, okay? It is not making it big because you get the big job paying the most. Do you got to ask for your time off? You making $150,000, $200,000 and your hair falling out because you stressed because of stuff you got to deal with. You making $200,000 a year and you got to still ask for permission to go somewhere. And you grown. Understand? To me, that is a form of still being trapped. All right? I was making good money with the oil and gas field, and I still wasn't making money like some of the people that were making up there, that a lot of the upheads were making. And I still, with my one family, I love them, the Alpine family, I love them because we were just a family It reminded me a lot of when I was in the military, because we just covered each other. I love that, and I'm still connected with some of them today. But in corporate, that's where I was at, corporate, or any organization that you're in or dealing with, you have a boss. You have somebody that you have to answer to. They have somebody that they have to answer to. They have somebody that they have to answer to. And although they may be getting paid more than you, you still have somebody pulling the puppet strings. But you can't go up there and ask them, hey, can I have a raise? You know what? I've been doing real good. Can I have a raise? They're going to look at you upside your head. And I had to think about it. The raise that I got, we sit up there and we get happy about these raises, which I'm not knocking it, but I'm just really thinking about, you work for time on end and you get $1 raise or even a $5 raise. You're essentially telling me, man, you know what? Congratulations. Like, we really appreciate you. And for your hour of your life, for the 8 hours of your life that you give, and it's really not, really don't be 8, it'd be more than that. For the hour of your life that you give, I give you $5 more on that. It's basically putting a price on your life, your time, your hour. And I used to smile at $18, $20, $21, $22 an hour. Like, I used to smile at that because that's good, you know? When you think about it, it is good money, per se. Like, compared to the rest of the stuff, it is good money. But your time that you're putting into that, and you're always expendable. Yes, you can be a good worker. Yes, you can be on time. Yes, you do all that you are supposed to do. And at the end of the day, your grown behind have to reach out or go on the computer or write a note or whatever and put in requests. You're grown behind, I want to say ass. Excuse me. Because I want to be as real as possible. But my grown behind have to go and hand this paper to you or put in and ask you, can my grown behind leave, or grown behind take some time off for myself, or my grown behind take my baby to the doctor, or my grown behind go to my, my relative's funeral, or my grown behind. I gotta ask. You gotta ask. You have to take your grown behind and go ask another adult for time off. Did that make sense? I just went up. Anyways, I went off. Like, I love y'all. Think about that. I'm not doing that no more. I'm taking control of my life and I'm answering what God put me on. If you tired, we can talk. Love you.